pop off again?
I think he's perfectly fine once he gets early to mid game. He'll have to be. But I like what they're doing to set up his game.
This hurt?
Basically, the Undying pick, I think, is really bad with the Monkey King, but it was meant to like enable to like have another laning phase against the. And they're just gonna put the Tidehunter safe, the Monkey King against the Undying.
Where's yours?
So I thought that was something that I think is a bit punishable when you have a hero that's meant to do one thing, but it's that great. One of the other heroes in the game is teams. It seems like they've got the strategical part of the game. Smash.
Times are hard.
And I really like his Monkey King matches up very well laning against Lycan as well. So I think that all the cores on the Radiant side are gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, and with the way the lanes have ended up, I mean, would you have liked to see no bounty hunter try and, you know, sort of switch it back up themselves so they end up in a different lane scenario, or can they just not really do it?
In my opinion, Viper only really has one. Use his W and push it in consistently. I think that mechanic of the hero that shoves the lane really hard isn't that great safely. So personally, because it's Viper, I don't think they have much of an option to swap up. I don't think Lycan's game is going to be like horrible by any means. As you see in the early game, he's getting off to a decent start, but it's more so like who does he kill with his Necro Book? Like, where's his timing? That's what I'm skeptical of. And I'm always happy to be. That means I learned something. Talked about that, you know. And it turns out that the more wrong you are, the more you learn. It's my approach to try to learn.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, yeah, we'll see if Khan is able to show us how it can be done in say, a game where it's not easy one on paper for the hero as a whole. But what do we have going on the other lanes? Mid lane seems to be a pretty close trade at the moment in farm. Too much. Bottom lane, same to be said. Fine. Seeing something getting low. How's he doing for it? Okay, still fine. On Courier. Lane. We're gonna try to go towards Flash. It's best to keep the distance. Is now out of mana region himself, though.
I'm here all week.
Much. Courier makes his way out. Does have two mangoes en route.
Yeah, I love playing Shadow Shaman against the Undying. Generally speaking, you just go for the boots first and hit them a lot. And the nice thing about this hero also in the mid game is you can plant your wards on top of the tombstone and they'll kind of just kill it for you. I think any hero that doesn't have to hard commit convenience themselves to kill like PL with his illusions or Shaman with his wards or birds. They're all very nice to play later on in the game. The whole thing about the tombstone, we control this area, we're supposed to take it over, you can't fight into it. And I think the Monkey King ring plus the Shadow Shaman wards really does a good job of countering that in team.
And I imagine in this game overall, when you do look at no bounty hunters lineup, I mean, how much pressure is going to be on them to sort of get ahead and stay ahead at the start? Like, is this a lineup that can be sort of played from behind?
No, I really do think Lycan's about the pace of the game. I don't think his game necessarily needs to be amazing. His overall team comp map.
First blood.
Feel good on this hero as this is a good start to what I was hoping for. Yeah. Meanwhile, the Viper does go down. Does find 5 stacks on the Tide. Will it be enough? No. Yeah, the co-op momentum this game, it's not just a Lycan, right? I would say Queen of Pain is the perfect example of a mid laner where if she falls even slightly behind, hero feels day and night different when she's basically allowed to gank wherever she pleases.
So here from Fabian, making sure that key after getting the bottle out was himself that reef. Great place mid. It's little things like getting that kill. Timing on the stick. Down bottom, blink. Down for Tofu. But I'm ready to fly up to the Tofu.
Invisibility.
farms. Look at Khan up top. Great against the 16 and 3.
Radiant
So can't continue to not do too bad a job at all here farming in this top lane.
Are we gonna get to see Ice 2.0 here? #1 net worth, 5.5 minutes in, playing Tidehunter. By 400 gold already. This hero with that start can be insane. They have break mechanics, but I think what makes this Wyvern pick so nice is that Kyle was talking about how usually Tide likes to sit in front of the tower, defend them, and the Nyx makes that quite difficult. Because the Wyvern can just cold embrace the Tide through the duration of the break, save him from... I think
Dire's top
that
tower
he's
is
enabled to
under
do his
attack.
job by that pick.
Yeah, for sure. We saw Tofu last game on there for the game, which very in that position to
On your drifting days off, Shadow Shaman.
expect to see the same here in this game with those embraced top lane
Dire's
ace.
middle tower is
Gilgit
under
goes
attack.
flash. Be able to take him out. Doing it to them down bottom. Aggressive onto Rasmus. They will find the Tide. Stormstormers try to come with the counterplay. Leading with the focus fire onto Blink. Blink away with the TP. Shackle, of course, still on cooldown after he threw it early into the trees. But he'll make it out of there. Over towards mid. Entiki trying to claim the kill on Tofu. He has got the Sonic Wave if he wants to, but won't use it there to attempt to burst the
Dire's
kill.
structures are fortified.
This Shadow Shaman has... He just got passed back, but he had more net worth. Both mid laners are kind of crippled, oddly enough. They're the 5th and 6th net worth, effectively, in 7 minute mark. So, looks like a lot of war of attrition in the mid lane, a lot of sustain used, a lot of battling.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Tends to
attack.
happen with heroes like Queen of Pain
Dire's
that
top
try to
tower
bully you
is
out of
under
lane.
attack.
But I was almost expecting more with the Viper lane.
The last
Queen of Pain doesn't heavily commit.
ever.
One of the most annoying, pesky supports when it comes to trying to pressure attack the Wyvern. You kind of have to just get rid of it. Stormstormer does get ulted bottom.
Now TP's going to come in, but already get Blink running him down and tell the power shot, but boom, Bubby gets the kill. And now
Radiant's
they've got
middle
the
tower
grab
is
into
under attack.
onto Blink. Jump forward as well from Monkey King. Around the strike out. He's bringing him low, but not quick enough to save Gilgit. Gilgit goes down as well. No bounty hunter getting the 2 kills down here. And Ace just having a run. He's very low. He's looking over towards Fervian, but Fervian's still got mana to play with. Ace cannot get back in on this. 3 minutes in, 5-2. I mean, no bounty hunter after a much better start than what we saw in the previous
Radiant's
match.
middle tower is under
They're getting a
attack.
lot of moves done.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a map distribution problem for Hellbear Smashers. I think bottom lane
Are scattered.
wants to be in.
Dire's top
They're not
tower
gonna have
is
time
under
talking
attack.
like
Haste.
chasing down the
Radiant
Ranger
structures
as,
are
I think
fortified.
this might be an early tier 1 build
Radiant's
if they can
bottom
get it.
tower is
Oh,
under
Tide's not
attack.
even here.
Entity runs straight back in, was not ready for Gilgit to be waiting with the shackles and the hex. Just ends up feeding his life away and now back into the river. He's chasing down
Radiant's
Flash so as
bottom
quickly
tower
as
is under
and no
attack.
bounty
You've
hunter start to
forgotten
get
your
some momentum together and
None
head
more
towards the
than
mid.
your death.
They lose that Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I think they just have to leave this Viper alone, basically. Wind Ranger being bottom, being like the playmaker for the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
problem for me because it's kind of forcing. This Viper now TP's top. I think it's time to get out. Like, you just let this guy defend his tower. You know, go pressure mid instead. It's like, you just stay and die.
Cast upon the tide. The wolf is at your door.
I mean, the tip's coming out for that one. Yeah, can't.
Yeah,
Dire's
that's
middle
definitely a
tower
tip.
is
Right?
under
You
attack.
have an easy get out of jail free card by just TPing. They're not dealing with the Viper very well.
No.
Right now, Viper is playing his hero properly, but mainly like putting himself in the right area as they want to.
Entity jumping his Sonic Wave, clips onto Gilgit. And it's enough damage to get him there with the nuke damage from Flash. The rip, the power shot, quite clip onto Entiki.
Dire's bottom tower
And much
is under
more of a
attack.
ruling lineup and that
Radiant's
Bounty
top
Hunter
tower
can
is under
provide
attack.
this time round. Flash takes out a sentry, wants to cross his lifeline. Leaves no chance for Flash to escape.
That'll come in handy.
Spotted by Fervian. Down to the trees.
Same level. Level as Ace here on the Monkey King.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Very performance. They're not like like performance-wise, but because he was stuck in the off lane,
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
he's only level 6, 10.5 minutes in. They do get the mid tower with those circle wards though,
where'd
so
that
the
go?
support's getting levels.
I mean, they are, yeah.
Shadow Shaman might be an X factor.
Gilgo gonna pop the smoke. Immediately look to try and make a move into the jungle of no bounty hunter.
Radiant's
But no
bottom
bounty
tower
hunter
has fallen.
right now. Split up elsewhere. Can't. Able to take the tower. Rasmus leading the charge with Ravage at the ready. See what they can find here. Blink is in the jungle and as we've seen, Vikings been having a pretty good game. So take a Blink out. Will be rather nice. Got the lockdown and the double damage. Jack the power shot.
Dire's middle tower is under
and
attack.
children and hunger first.
Blink, but he was on track to getting a very quick rod of item.
Dire's top
little
tower
longer.
is under
I'm
attack.
grateful to
So able to take
Dire's
this tier 1 tower
structures
as
are
well
fortified.
with that move, cleaning out the jungle and knowing that no bounty hunter, no position to hold off this.
They're looking to collapse on
Dire's
mid though.
top
They see
tower
the
has
Tidehunter
fallen.
top. He has very low mana. He's gonna TP in. He's barely gonna have enough to
Radiant
grab.
structures are fortified.
Might be too little too late. They look like they're just gonna be tower. That's really good for
Radiant's
Bounty Hunter.
middle
I
tower
think they should
has
be good
fallen.
with this. Probably
It
this
works
Tidehunter
at your
Wyvern.
door.
Yeah, 11-minute tower taken down in the mid lane. So definitely fitting with the pace they want to play with
Dire's
this
top
carry
tower
Lycan.
is under attack.
Taking over as much of the match as they can right now when the heroes are. Timings before that of Hellbear smashes and Fervium. Trying to scout things out. Gilga staying well hidden in the trees. Deeper, but already 12 minutes in and no bounty hunter able to play pretty deep and aggressive on
Radiant's
Hellbear's half of the
courier
map.
has been killed.
Drop
Radiant
the
structures
wards.
are fortified.
And it will allow to get the kill onto Fervium. Power strike out on the two of them. There's going to be 3 heroes dying for that dive. Definitely a step too far there from no bounty hunter going into the trees to get the kill on Gilga. Losing 3 heroes for that effort.
Yeah, that's just not something you can do with your heroes that aren't the quick. All of your other heroes, if they get caught, they're gonna die underneath tower. Like the type of heroes that like to make the move, they are ones that like have some mobility that if they case, you will get punished for your overextension.
Regeneration.
Counter initiation potential from Hellbear smashes is absolutely insane. They have to be very careful of overextending. Monkey King nearly got his free dance by the wolves. Might have been in some trouble if that did happen. Necro Book 3 finished on Lycan, so it looks like he's hitting the timings he needs. I just have mixed opinions on this because it's like he's hitting the timings. He has Necro Book 3. It's just not that great against the weak heroes. Maybe panel. Tofu does get purged up, forced to use his Arctic Burn to escape, but I don't know. I think they're content with what's going on the map with Hellbear.
A wyvern's breath.
Timer is on no bounty hunter. If they don't get something done drastically in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I don't see how they take this into the late game because all of their heroes require fighting against the opponent.
The Tofu. He ends up dying to the Necro Books and the wolves inside the base. He couldn't save himself.
I wasn't even looking.
Yeah, they chased him all the way
myself there.
from his jungle right up to the
Radiant's
base,
bottom
and
tower is
he's
under
still on his
attack.
own. There's no one else helping out to try and give him that extra chance. But here we see again on the replay. Poor Tofu.
All done. Mana burn.
Radiant's bottom
So he
tower
can't even
is under attack.
save himself.
Dire's top
That's like the
tower
most
is under
demoralizing
attack.
way to die, I think. The guy didn't even use his real.
No, he wasn't even anywhere
Dire's
close.
structures
Just sending
are
the
fortified.
summons right after Tofu and
Dire's
getting on
top
with his,
tower
with
is
his,
under
with his
attack.
life. Top lane, Gilga. Dropping
Radiant's bottom
the wards
tower
down
has
onto this tier
fallen.
2 tower, grabbing the creep wave away. Doing quite a lot of damage to it here, 14 minutes in. So pressure back from Hellbear smashes onto no bounty hunters half the map. Blink will come across, take away these wards, and the rest of no bounty hunter are around. Can't again. So the pro book.
Pain almost done with the orc.
Gold for me.
Gives them a little bit of kill threat that they don't have. They have like the Nyx Assassin as scout, but not the best follow-up as of yet. Looks like Smash.
Worthy
Hellbear Smashers
tribute.
want to find the Viper CP here.
And they've caught him straight away.
Happy to get this.
Immediate catch to start the action.
I bring sand.
He's a kill. Necro books him on the kill.
You're
Gonna need
dead.
some help. Yeah, he'll get it. He'll be able to take down. It's just in time. Still very low. And actually, he goes for a lot. They're trying to hunt for him. Rasmus will turn things around with the bounties. Khan tries to charge back in. The ultimate there for Sophie holds it in place. Dying inside the Wukong's command. Ace cleans up the double. The grab as well. Gilda holding back Fervian before Fervian was able to snipe him on the back of the team fight. So with the Viper included at the start, that all is 4 down on No Bounty Hunter, and Hellbear Smashes losing nothing there.
I'm sure all my fellow Lycan players out there have had to learn this lesson many times. Games where you have to accept that literally never you fight into the opponent when they are all there. At no point in this game is that gonna work. They have Tide Ravage, they have Winter's Curse, they're all there. This Lycan, this is exactly what his life is gonna look like. I don't see any exception to this. I don't think any items he'll ever buy, any items he'll ever hit that changes that. Definitely there. And this time he learned his lesson. Will it be enough to get out? No. Dies in his fountain. In case he had a rapier though, like we saw with our team, he does die in the fountain.
True.
In the middle of the river. So there's something to be said for that. He's getting his rapier TP strike.
Radiant are
Bloody hope.
scanning.
It's been a long time since the right click Tide.
Yeah, the right click Tide's awesome, man. Like the Ag Shard, I'm like, I have to believe when I saw that come out that there's some viable build for this.
baby.
Most of the time, you're just so much better being this liner with Vlads and Knight, in case he's going Lotus Orb. So much. It's pretty much your job in the game. One of the best heroes at doing it. Sadly, in professional Dota, probably just a.
I guess even when you get to the late game Tide, it's
A
wyvern's breath.
there's other things you want to be doing for your team. Unless you happen to have drafted the safe lane Tide. One, but probably not.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
But hey, who knows? You know, we might see some crazy developments. as it goes on. Bottom lane.
Honestly, I've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
Heard crazier things. So he is. I don't know if he knew this ahead of time.
He's took it down pretty low. He's gonna go. And he's away.
A
Nothing
wyvern's
to
breath.
put an end to it.
I just learned a mechanic. I did not know whether I was wondering because his clones were killing the
Dire
Necrobook
are
3
scanning.
as he was soldier. And I was like, is he gonna take the feedback damage from that? Because if he did, he would have died. I have just learned that he is not considered damage.
Haste!
Did not take that. Did not know that.
Soma. Lean on to Fervian, they've got the grab. There's Shackles coming out. He jumps into the Orchid. Ravage being popped by Rasmus. The lockdown Fervian. Rasmus himself very low, and Blink's moving in with the poison starting to stack up onto Rasmus. Rasmus trying to run. Relentless assault here from Blink will allow him to get the kill. Ace finishes off the Undying. Again, it's this Viper moving in. Getting the damage done, continuing to have some very good farm on the Viper too. And only 1k gold in it right now. 14 to 11 between the two sides. Again, just sort of compared to what we saw from No Bounty Hunter in the first game this series. This is looking so much better from them. As they're bringing a very strong fight and still hitting the time. So Khan, he's doing fine on this game. He said there was a sort of one fight where he ran into the 5 of them when mistakes were made, but other than that, he's still managing to find his farm.
Yeah, there's lessons we always got to relearn some. Not being able to find him as like it is one of them. As Nick's managed to TP here.
It's a big TP cancel.
Jane's done. Yeah, that's a big kill.
Yeah.
He's struggling in net worth compared to the other. Dude, this was a 10th pick Wind Ranger. I think this is one of the reasons why I tend to lean away from Wind Ranger in competitive. She is feast or famine in the sense that she either can solo kill everybody or this is her game. So
Death and gold.
not chosen, but has to deal with being the last.
I mean, what do you think was the reason for the win rate? in this sort of game? What do you think Storm was looking at, saying, you know, this is the hero that I want to run?
I think it was because they needed some guy that was willing to rotate, and he saw like in
Radiant
Viper
are scanning.
cores that the only way they really kill
Worthy
you,
tribute.
you will okay, I want a survival